Hi there! Welcome back, Sassy Sirens, to another video where we do what we normally do, which is sit around and gossip about Starbucks and all type of coffee related stuff. This video is actually being done by special request as one of my subscribers asked for a updated studded cup video. So I spent some time digging through all of my cups to try to find all of these studded cups that I have. And there's a couple things I realized in doing that. One, Starbucks has really doubled down on the studded cup kind of craze, because I feel like, you know, had you asked me to do this video a year ago or 18 months ago, I did not have nearly as many studded cups as I do now, right? Because I recall I used to keep my studded cups together, like in the same place. And I want to say there was maybe 6 to 8, and that was it. So it would have been easy to track down all of the studdeds. But in kind of digging through and looking through all of my cups, I was like, crap, you have a lot of studded cups. So Starbucks has really kind of doubled down on this studded cup craze, and I've really done that globally, because not all of these cups are studded cups from specifically the US. The other thing I realized is, man, you got a lot of cups, right? So just looking at this video and just the cups that are in front of you, this is like 20 cups. And I was like, holy crap, you have a lot of cups. And some of you may be thinking, wait a minute, you only just now realize you have a lot of cups? You know, you've always had a lot of cups. But it's something about looking at one style of cup in front of you and realizing you have 20 of just that style is what really kind of is kind of like, woof, wow, right? When you think about studded cups are normally $20 a piece. There's 20 in front of you, you know, we're talking easily $500, because also you have some of these cups that are international releases. So I had to pay a little bit more for them. So I paid more than 20 bucks for them. I will say that some of these also were gifts from people who gifted me these cups, because they know that, you know, I'm a little cuckoo when it comes to collecting Starbucks cups. But without further ado, we'll spend a little time looking at some of these, talking about some of them, talking about, you know, where I got them from, the collection, you know, kind of all of that type of stuff. Where do we start? I don't even know. So, if we look over here, these are recent releases, right? So, you know, to have a video where I'm talking about the particular holiday 2021 studded releases, which is, you know, essentially this whole first row except for this cup, this, and I've got to be careful with this display because there's a lot going on. This is the only cup in that row that was not holiday 2021. This was the mermaid cup collection, and this actually was from summer 2, I believe. And this is also one of the cups that was a gift. I was not able to get this cup in my stores here in Chicago, and a friend of mine who was visiting from another state actually didn't even tell me that she got this for me. She just got here and pulled it out and was like, oh, I brought you something, and pulled it out, and I just started screaming and jumping up and down and hugged her and was like, oh my god, I'm so excited, this is like the best thing ever. So this was a cup that was gifted to me, but this is the mermaid studded cup that came out in 2021 as well, a part of the summer collection, summer 2, if I recall. This row right here is so interesting, which is why I had to put them all together so you could really see what was going on. This is a very Halloween, dark green, black, spooky kind of collection of what this row here is. But even when I looked at some of these cups, I was like, you're dealing with cups that look like kissing cousins, right? They don't look like twins, because there's a variation enough where it's not the same exact cup, but they're kissing cousins. And I was like, oh, I don't know if you should have did that. But let's talk about where some of these came from, because we're dealing with a lot of international releases here. This one, I gotta, like, you know, I gotta put it back to look at it to be like, what collection was this from and what country? So this was the US release for Halloween in 2020. And I remember this coming out and people like working really hard to get their hands on it because it was challenging to come by. I don't even remember what we were calling this at that time. If anybody remembers what we were calling this at that time, please drop it in the comments to remind the rest of us. But this was US Halloween 2020 release is what this one was. I'm going to pull these two up because these are both international releases, and they're also very similar too. One was a Korea release and one was a China release. They're both, this one is black actually, so you might think that it's green. It definitely looks green. When I look at the playback of the video right now, it looks like it's showing up as green. This is not green. This is actually black, and it's a black bling one because it's not matte. This one is green. This one is definitely green, and it's from a Korea release. Both of these were released in 2021, and they were Halloween releases. It's interesting because, you know, I've been to both of these countries, lived in Korea for a while, and Halloween is not something that is like really celebrated there the way it is in the US. So, you know, I don't know if we would say these are Halloween releases versus fall releases for those countries. But I do remember that people who were selling them online were calling them Halloween releases. So very, very similar. Again, just to give you perspective, one is dark green and one is black. So the one from China is black, even though on the video it looks like it's showing up as green. And we also know our gorgeous matte black from the US release, that was fall. When did that first come out, y'all? Because, you know, they did the double release of this. I want to say the first time it came out was 2020, and then it came out again in 2021. But yeah, I think this was released first in 2020 around, you know what? Somebody need to help me out with this. I think this was released Valentine 2020, actually, right? Because didn't this come out when the lilac grid cup came out? And I want to say it also came out, right? Like, I think these two came out at the same time, and this was Valentine 2020. So I want to say this was released Valentine 2020, and then it got released again in the fall because it was a second release for this one. Very gorgeous. The funny thing about it is that when I carry it, people are always like, that's kind of one of your more basic cups. I don't really understand why you like it because it's so basic. And I'm like, you know, it's matte and it's simple. You know, you put on a little black dress and you carry this with you, and you got a lot going on in your life. Anywho, our pineapple, this was a special release in Hawaii. This was also a gift. I have a dear friend who lives in Hawaii, and she shipped me this entire pineapple collection, which I was like, love you, boo, thank you. So this was a Hawaii release only for the pineapple collection. And then this cup was holiday 2019. So this is an oldie but a goodie of a 2019 release. And I want to say is that the first time we saw studded? Y'all, I think this might have been the first time that Starbucks did studded, was holiday 2019. You know, let me know in the comments if you guys remember something different, but I feel like this was the first time, because it's this cup and the one over here, whichever one is not the Pride one. I think, let me see the playback. What can I see? What can I see? This one. Here we go. Both of these were released holiday 2019. I believe this was the first time that we saw studded cups, and this was released in the US. So I remember seeing this hot pink one and being like, get out of my way, I gotta have that cup. So again, I want to mention that this video is being done by special request because one of my subscribers asked me to do an updated studded video, and I'm actually going to pause and do a Midway video giveaway specifically to the person who requested this video. Let me get her handle real quick. Gina Lynn, Miss Gina Lynn. If you are watching this video, you have 48 hours from when this video releases for you to drop a comment on this video. And once you do that, you qualify and you win this prize. And we're going to give you a matte black studded cup from Valentine 2020 or fall 2020, however you want to think about this cup. But so this giveaway is specifically for Miss Gina Lynn. You have 48 hours from when this video releases to drop a comment on this video, and then I will reach out to you to collect your shipping address to send this to you. So again, thank you, Gina, for the request of doing this video, and thank you for being a loyal subscriber. I do appreciate that. But I also got to say, Miss Gina Lynn, I'm a little bit upset with you because in asking to do this video, you're the one who made me realize, holy shit, you actually have way too many cups. I had my like Carrie Bradshaw moment of when like she counted her shoes and multiply, you know, she counted her Blahniks and was like multiplying how much the Blahniks are, and she got the math wrong. And Miranda was like, Carrie, that's not $4,000 sitting in your closet. That's $40,000 of shoes sitting in your closet. So I kind of had that moment when I was getting ready to put together this video of crap. You've got a lot of money sitting in, you know, boxes, but these are so beautiful and they make me feel happy. So I'm okay with that. Anywho, back to the scheduled program. So again, Miss Gina Lynn, 48 hours to drop a comment on this video, and this beautiful black studded cup will be yours. Now, let's get back to the rest of our studded cups, shall we? When we look at the top over here, we see some interesting things. We've got these two soft touch jelly cups that came out during different collections. This was Valentine 2020. And then this one was fall 2021 was when this cup came out. And I have to say the jelly soft touch really are probably my least favorite of the studded design. They just, I don't know, they just don't pop the way I would like them to. Even when I think about a cup that's my favorite color of this pink, it's just not popping the way, you know, the bling ones pop or the matte ones pop. So yeah, the jellied kind of soft touch studdeds are typically my least favorite. Sorry. Now I have a rose gold studded as well, which is super, super pretty. I do not remember the collection of when this was released, but it is just gorgeous in person. Because again, as we talk about anything rose gold, even when we compare this to the rose gold Bejeweled cup that just came out in holiday 2021, you put these next to each other and you are just winning because they're just so, so pretty. So pretty. Anything rose gold is just very pretty in my opinion. I would love to have a rose gold car, right? Like, I just think it would be gorgeous. So all of you car dealerships out there, please do some type of rose gold, you know, automobile, because I would be here for it. Anywho, going to this second row here, we know the one in the middle, we just looked at that. That was a part of December 2019 holiday collection. The one that's right next to it is also one of my faves because it was a part of the the 2020 Pride collection. It was a Target exclusive that came out in 2020. And I just thought that it was such a great cup that just showed up for our LGBTQI plus friends. I think out of that whole collection, because they did a whole like you know, 4 or 5 cup collection. I think this was the best one. I have a couple of the cups from that Target exclusive release, but I think this truly was the star of the show, and it also was released in a very limited run. It was very challenging to get your hands on this cup if you wanted this cup, because between COVID and a lot of stores being closed when the release first dropped, you know, so not knowing if your local store was open, if it was closed, you know, you had some stores where they released the collection and they received it in stores, but they didn't put it out because their stores were closed, you know, because this was truly the height of when the kind of lockdown orders were happening in spring, summer 2020. So another one of my faves from the studded collection. Now we're going to try to reach and get our hands on this first row as we can, and we'll see what we can do. Hopefully we're not knocking down the display as we do this. But this cup was a part of the Starbucks, you know, 2020 50th anniversary release. And it was this kind of honeycomb, if I remember, that's what we were calling it, the honeycomb studded cup. And this cup has grown on me. Let me tell you guys something. When this cup first came out and this collection first came out, I remember saying, I think I did a video where I was saying this, that like the cup is not, like it's the hype that it's receiving ain't worth it, right? I feel like I remember saying that during that time. And the cup has actually grown on me and I really like it. It's one of my, you know, not one of my fave studded cups, but it's I have a greater appreciation for it today than I did when it first came out. I will just say that. Now, if you ask me about my fave studded cups, right? The oil slick is one of them. Okay. This cup is breathtaking in person, and you guys all remember that this was a China exclusive release, so I did have to purchase this online because it was from China, but I felt tremendously excited because I got it, I bought it at the right time and got it at a good price. I believe I paid maybe $50 for it, whereas I know there are people online who were paying well over $100 to get their hands on the China oil slick. This one definitely is in my top 3 of favorite studded cups because it just does not disappoint when you look at it in person. I get a ton of compliments whenever I carry this cup because people are just like, wow, that cup is beautiful. So this is definitely in my top 3. And I think it's important to mention this cup at the same time because this cup is in my top 3 as well. This is a spring 2020 release that released at Target, Starbucks, I believe. And, you know, I filmed a video about my story of how I got this cup and how I actually got lucky because I got the cup on sale as well. I think I paid like $13 or $14 for it. And when I walked in, that particular Starbucks had 2 of them sitting on the shelf, and I like picked them up and immediately ran to the register and immediately had the barista bag, you know, put the cup in the bag because I didn't want anybody to see it because I was like, oh my God, I can't believe these cups are sitting here, and if somebody sees the cup, they're gonna flip out. So hurry up and ring it up and put it in a bag and let me get out of here. So these 2 are absolutely in my top 3 of favorite cups. There's a reason why these 3 cups are together because these 3 cups make up my top 3 studded favorites. If you asked, you know, what your top 3 studded. This is also an international release. This hot pink matte color was released in China. It was a China release. Again, I say it 100 times because it's true. You know, pink is my favorite color. So when this came out, I just knew I had to have it. Again, I got it at a very, very reasonable price. So I was comfortable paying for it online. and having it shipped here because the price was very, very reasonable. You're seeing people who are selling cups internationally for $100+. I don't think that's worth it. I don't spend, if cups are $100, I don't buy them. For me, if I'm going to buy a international release, normally it has to be about $50, and then it has to be free shipping if I'm going to do it. What I will share with you is I have actually stopped kind of buying international released cups for a number of reasons. We're starting to see a lot of fake cups come out. So you have to be really, really careful when you find these kind of like fraudulent cups that are coming out that are not actual Starbucks cups. So I have really slowed down kind of purchasing international released cups because I just am not, like, a lot of sellers are kind of shady. So I am not, you know, unless it's a seller I've bought from before, and it's a reasonable price. Like I don't really do as much international buys as I used to. There's quite a few international cups even here, you know, but again, I just don't buy them as much as I used to. Anywho, so these three are my top three favorites. If you asked, hey, what are the top three for you in the studded cups? Last but not least, I do believe I skipped over, speaking of international release, this was also an international release. It's a honeycomb, where is this released? Oh, good. So this is why I keep the stickers on the bottom, because that gives me a little information. This was a China release as well. And it is, how would I describe this color to you? Because I don't know if it shows up very well in the video. It's a purple, of course. I don't know what kind of purple though. I don't know. Put in the comments what kind of purple you guys think this is, because I don't actually know. And again, this was a release in a China release as well. So I hope you enjoy this video of, you know, what my studded updated collection looks like. You know, studded kind of, we're in what, January 2022. Here's what it looks like. I'm sure if I was to do this video again at the top of 2023, you know, we would see some additional cups, mainly because we also know that Valentine 2022, there's going to be a, okay, hopefully that doesn't fall. We know there's going to be another jellied studded release for Valentine 2022. There's going to be, I think it's like a rose pink or pale pink, or rose pink isn't correct. It's a pink, but it's going to be a lighter pink. So, and I'm pretty sure I'll get that. So here's what the updated studded cup collection looks like in 2022. And thanks to Miss Gina Lynn for requesting this and giving me the opportunity to kind of have fun and pull some of these oldies but goodies out. If you're enjoying this content, if you're enjoying spending time with me talking about cups, and all things related to Starbucks and coffee and all those things, make sure to subscribe to the channel, sign up for notifications, because when I'm doing giveaways, remember, those are going to be time bound. So, you know, when the video released and I tell you you got 48 hours, you really truly do have 48 hours before, you know, that cup goes back into the queue of cups that I will give out at a later time. So if you want to be eligible for these giveaways, you need to be subscribed to the channel and you need to be responding within the time parameters. So again, Happy New Year. I'm super excited for 2022 and everything it has to offer me and offer all of you beautiful Sassy Sirens. So between now and my next video, stay sassy.